Excuse me. Mr. Vice President, thank you very much for this opportunity. So I've been asked to highlight our way ahead on distribution of the vaccine, as just talked about by Dr. Fauci and before that, Vice President Pence. You know, we are here today because our mission was clear. And our mission to Dr. Moncef Slaoui, my co-leader, and really heavily responsible for our success, we are here today because we focused on developing, manufacturing, and distributing a safe and effective vaccine and therapeutics to the American people. Our purpose is really clear: save lives. And it has driven us to this end state, and that's why we're here today. A couple things as we got started in our planning. I will tell you that the planning began almost immediately following our ceremony in the Rose Garden on 15 May. That Monday, we started talking development, manufacturing, and distribution. It's not a thought that we've had in the last 2 weeks. It's required extensive planning and detailed work by a collaboration of individuals, which I'll talk about. A couple things we decided up front. One, we were going to be able to deliver the vaccine within 24 hours after EUA. That is distribution to the entire United States of America, to include territories and metropolitan cities. Two, we started with a foundation of expertise. The CDC is the very best at planning and executing distribution of vaccines. We took their core competency and we aligned it with the capability of planners, project managers, and those who could run campaigns. And together, this organization has come up with our strategy for distribution. Third, we took the capacity of the industry, commercial industry, and we brought them into the fold. We wanted to utilize the capability and the capacity that is already established in America, that has a proven track record, that knows how to distribute vaccines, that understands the nuances of ultra-cold chain requirements. We knew if we brought Pfizer, Moderna, McKesson, UPS, FedEx, CVS, Walgreens, and hundreds others together, that we would come up with the best solutions, because innovation towards our end state was our only care. It wasn't about egos and it wasn't about credit. It was about how do we solve this complex problem. It was clear immediately following our initial meetings with industry that we had to have full collaboration, to my fourth point, with the jurisdictions and the states. They had to be a big part of our planning sequence. So together, OWS, CDC, industry, and the states and jurisdictions came up with the plan that I'm going to talk to you about here shortly. It is the effort that is almost so common that you will recognize it, because we do it every year. We do it when we distribute influenza vaccines. We do it when other vaccines are being distributed. The difference is now we're pushing mass volume of a new vaccine. And so we needed to have a strategy that was collaborated at all levels with all organizations in order to execute. The last thing we needed to do was we had to create a system to see ourselves. We had to be able to see inside of every territory, state, metropolitan city, understand where the vaccine was, from fill-finish site to distribution warehouses down to administration sites. So not only could we maintain the flow of vaccine, but we could account for vaccine that was being administered. That way, we can keep the flow to the American people in a steady drumbeat. As we go forward, first slide, please, we will distribute the vaccine accordingly. I direct you to the right side of the slide. This is our end state. This is where we want the vaccines to be. We want the vaccines down at the places where the American people are comfortable, at our hospitals, our doctors' offices, down at CVS, Walgreens, down at the long-care healthcare facilities, places where people are comfortable going. So that's where we started, end state. Then we went back to Pfizer and Moderna. We laid out the guidelines that I gave you, and with the collaboration of them and the commercial industry for distribution, we came up with our plan. It's relatively simple. We take the Pfizer vaccine. They are capable of distributing on their own. They will utilize FedEx and UPS in order to execute distribution. Simultaneously, we will ship ancillary kits, needles, syringes, alcohol wipes, and the diluent required for the vaccine to meet the vaccine at the end state facilities that we're talking about. For McKesson or for Moderna vaccine, what we're going to do is we're going to meet up the vaccine with the ancillary kits at a distribution warehouse. We're going to put them together, and then we're going to distribute through FedEx and UPS down to our administration sites. So, in simple terms, we're taking it from fill finish. We're bringing together all the requirements for administering the vaccine, and then we're sending it down to the distribution sites. Any place that a state wants to administer the vaccine, as long as they're enrolled, right, into our process, we can distribute the vaccine. We can distribute the Pfizer vaccine at a minimum of 975 doses and the Moderna vaccine at a minimum of 100 doses. We can go to one place in the state, or we can go to 10,000 places in the state. The capability and the capacity exist because we came together in a whole of America approach. It is this effort that I can look you in the face and say to you, EUA comes, 24 hours later, vaccines will be distributed out to the American people and be ready for administration. To this end, our mission is, as I stated, safe and effective vaccines to the American people, and we need to do it in the most timely manner possible because it is all about lives. Thank you, Mr. Vice President.